This image captures actor Robert De Niro in Moscow, likely during the early 1980s, with the iconic domes of St. Basil's Cathedral in the background. He is seen wearing casual attire. De Niro's presence in the Soviet Union highlights the cultural exchange during the Cold War era, despite underlying political tensions. Captured in 1975 in Australia, this image shows an Aboriginal man holding a telephone receiver to his ear. His body is adorned with traditional markings. This photograph represents a moment of cultural intersection, as modern communication technology meets ancient traditions, highlighting the rapid changes impacting Indigenous communities. This photo, taken around 1930, captures Don Othaldo, a prominent figure in the physical fitness movement. Othaldo is seen here in a classic pose, showcasing his physique. He was a leading voice promoting health and physical culture during the early 20th century. His work helped popularize bodybuilding and fitness as important aspects of a healthy lifestyle. This photograph, dating to the late 1800s in the American West, depicts a group engaged in topographic surveying. The men, dressed in formal attire, are using surveying instruments and poles to measure the landscape. This work was crucial for mapping and developing the expanding frontier, facilitating infrastructure and resource management. This photo captures the early stages of Mount Rushmore's construction in the 1930s. We see workers atop the massive rock formation, preparing to sculpt the likenesses of American presidents. The image highlights the scale and ambition of the project. Mount Rushmore stands today as a symbol of American ingenuity and presidential legacy. Captured in 1954 in Jerez, Spain, this staged photograph presents a charming scene. A small mouse climbs a miniature ladder positioned next to a large wine glass, seemingly intent on taking a sip. The image, though humorous, reflects a creative approach to capturing the public's imagination during the mid-20th century. This is a photograph of Sharon Stone in 1983, during her early years as an actress in Hollywood. She is seen casually lying on the floor, surrounded by sketches and writings. This intimate portrait captures Stone before she became a global icon, offering a glimpse into her life as a rising star. On January 30, 1969, the Beatles held their final public performance atop the Apple Corps headquarters in London. The photograph captures the band mid-performance, surrounded by equipment and a small audience on the rooftop. This impromptu concert marked the end of an era, symbolizing the group's eventual disbandment and the close of a significant chapter in music history. This photo captures the goth subculture, which emerged in the early 1980s in the United Kingdom. The image shows two individuals sporting characteristic goth fashion, dramatic dark hair, pale makeup, and elaborate clothing. Goth culture was an influential force in music, fashion, and art, and continues to resonate today. Captured in London during 1932, this photograph showcases Carl Sander, a German circus performer, riding a uniquely tall bicycle. A double-decker bus passes by, adorned with advertisements. This image offers a glimpse into the entertainment and street life of interwar London, highlighting the era's blend of everyday transportation and extraordinary public spectacles. This photo captures Olaf Scholz, the future Chancellor of Germany, during his time as a student at the University of Hamburg in 1984. The image shows a young Scholz speaking at a microphone, likely during a political discussion. His early engagement in political activities foreshadowed his prominent role in shaping German politics later in his career. This photograph captures the Great Flood of Paris in 1910. The Seine River overflowed its banks, submerging streets and buildings. Parisians navigated the flooded city by boat, with the Eiffel Tower visible in the distance. The flood caused widespread disruption and highlighted the city's vulnerability to natural disasters. Captured in Chicago, circa 1940, this image shows a fox cub on a leash next to a parked Ford automobile. A can of Folgers coffee sits nearby. This unusual scene reflects a moment in time when interactions between wildlife and urban life were perhaps more common, or at least, less questioned. This photo from the early 20th century features Maharaja Jai Singh of Alwar, India, alongside a Rolls-Royce automobile. The Maharaja is seen in traditional royal attire. Legend suggests he purchased several Rolls-Royces and used them for municipal tasks like garbage collection, as a form of retribution after being insulted by Rolls-Royce staff in London. This story highlights the complex relationship between colonial India and British power. This image dates back to approximately 1878. It showcases Dr. Clark's spinal apparatus, a device designed to address scoliosis. The apparatus features a complex system of supports and wheels, allowing the patient some mobility during treatment. This invention represents an early attempt to improve the quality of life for individuals with spinal conditions. This image captures a moment from the late 1980s, likely at a promotional event. It shows actress Salma Hayek, before her rise to fame, working with the cosmetics brand Revlon. Her involvement highlights the diverse paths individuals take before achieving recognition. This is a unique look at a future star in her early career. This image, taken around 1900, captures a scene in a Montana town. A man is riding an elk down a street lined with buildings, while other people observe. This unusual form of transportation highlights the close relationship between people and wildlife in the American West during that era. It offers a glimpse into a time when different modes of transport were common. This photo, taken in 1956 at Muscle Beach, California, captures a moment of surprising strength. 68-year-old Barney Fry is seen holding 3 women. The women are balanced on his shoulders and arms. This display exemplifies the culture of physical fitness and bodybuilding that thrived along the boardwalk during this era. Around 1900, this striking image captures Theodore Roosevelt, then governor of New York. He's seen humorously riding a moose through a body of water. This staged photograph, likely intended as political satire, highlights Roosevelt's persona as a rugged outdoorsman. It became a memorable, albeit fabricated, symbol of his adventurous spirit and connection to the American wilderness. This is a promotional photograph of Natalie Wood, taken in 1964. The actress is posing elegantly in a white dress, next to a decorative table lamp. Wood was a prominent figure in Hollywood during this era. This image represents the glamour and sophistication associated with the film industry at the time. This photo, likely from the 1990s, shows President Bill Clinton using a portable computer. He's seen in a suit, focused on typing, possibly composing an email. This image represents a key moment in presidential communication, as technology began to play a larger role in the White House. This image depicts Al Jolson, a popular entertainer, in blackface, a common practice in early 20th century American theater. White performers used dark makeup to create caricatures of black individuals. Though widely accepted at the time, blackface is now recognized as a deeply offensive and racist practice, reflecting the racial biases prevalent in that era. This image, likely from the 1930s, showcases the dangers of crime during the interwar period. 2 law enforcement officers are seen presenting a suitcase rigged with a crude, homemade explosive. The device, bearing a menacing inscription, was reportedly used in a foiled bank robbery. It highlights the escalating desperation and ingenuity of criminals during the Great Depression. This photo captures a moment at the 1994 Vanity Fair Oscars party. It shows a 19-year-old Leonardo DiCaprio being playfully teased by actresses Sharon Stone and Ellen Barkin. This candid shot provides a glimpse into the social scene of Hollywood during the mid-1990s, capturing the rising star at the beginning of his celebrated career. This image, likely from the 1960s, captures a moment of levity. 2 nuns, dressed in their habits, are seen joyfully wading into the ocean, arms raised in apparent delight. The photograph offers a rare and charming glimpse into the lives of religious figures outside of their typical setting, highlighting a shared human experience. In 1954, during his presidency, Dwight D. Eisenhower pursued painting as a hobby. This image captures him at his easel, working on a portrait of his daughter-in-law and grandchildren. Eisenhower found solace in art, using it to de-stress from the pressures of leading the nation during the Cold War era. This photograph depicts an aerial attack in the North Sea, during World War II. Allied Bristol Beaufighter aircraft are shown engaging German trawler-type auxiliaries. The image captures the intensity of the low-level strike, with water plumes erupting around the vessel. These operations aim to disrupt enemy naval activity and weaken their maritime capabilities. This photo from 1922 was taken in Grisslehamn, Sweden. It depicts a man standing on a floating ice floe in the water, using a long pole. The image reflects the harsh winters and environmental conditions of the time, highlighting the connection between people and the natural world in early 20th century Sweden. This photograph, likely from the 1940s, captures a moment of leisure. A woman in athletic attire is jumping rope, while her dog leaps excitedly beside her. In the background, a horse looks on from its stable. Such images offer a glimpse into past recreational activities and the bond between humans and animals. This photograph captures Princess Diana, taken in 1997. Diana is seen smiling, wearing a stylish white dress. Known for her humanitarian work and genuine connection with people, she redefined modern royalty. Her enduring legacy continues to inspire acts of kindness and compassion around the world. This photograph, likely from the late 19th century, showcases three women posing with rifles. Dressed in fashionable attire with hats, they represent a shooting club, reflecting an era of evolving social norms. The image highlights women's participation in activities traditionally associated with men, marking a significant step towards gender equality. This image captures Halle Berry during her participation in the Miss USA pageant in 1986. She is seen wearing a decorative costume, smiling, and waving to the audience. Berry's early forays into pageantry served as a stepping stone, leading to her successful acting career. Her win marked a significant moment for women of color in the competition. This photo, taken in Johannesburg in 1956, captures the reality of apartheid-era South Africa. Two men walk past a sign that reads "Caution, beware of natives." Such signs were common, reflecting the institutionalized racial segregation and discrimination of the time. This image serves as a powerful symbol of the injustice and dehumanization inherent in the apartheid system. This photograph captures a street scene in Amsterdam's red light district around 1968. Women are seen in doorways, engaging with a man walking by in the narrow alley. These interactions were part of the district's open and accepted culture. The image serves as a historical snapshot of a unique social environment during that era. This image showcases a "Kiss Your Favorite Beatle" poster from 1965, during the height of Beatlemania. The poster features close-ups of the Beatles alongside disembodied lips, inviting fans to choose their favorite. It represents the band's widespread popularity and the intense adoration they received from fans during the 1960s. This photograph captures Robert Englund in costume as Freddy Krueger during the filming of A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge in 1985. We see the actor amongst everyday people on location. The image provides a glimpse behind the scenes of a popular horror franchise at the height of its cultural impact. In 1964, a Canadian parliamentary committee met in Ottawa to select a new national flag. The image captures the committee members seated around a table, various flag proposals displayed behind them. This pivotal debate led to the adoption of the iconic maple leaf flag, symbolizing Canadian unity and identity. This image captures Fusako Shigenabu, a prominent figure in the Japanese New Left movement during the 1970s. It shows her holding a weapon, possibly during training or a demonstration. Shigenabu co-founded the Japanese Red Army, a militant group involved in various international incidents. Her actions and ideology reflected the radical political climate of the era. This image presents a comparison of Ernesto Che Guevara during two distinct phases of his life. On the left, a colorized photo depicts him as a medical student, while on the right, he is shown as a revolutionary, cigar in hand. This contrast highlights Guevara's transformation from a healthcare professional to a prominent figure in 20th-century revolutionary movements. This photograph, taken during the Algerian War in the 1950s, depicts a French soldier escorting two Algerian men. The Algerians, possibly suspected nationalists, are shown bound together. This image reflects the harsh realities and human rights concerns during Algeria's struggle for independence from French colonial rule, a pivotal moment in African history. The image captures Italian actress Monica Bellucci in 1994, during the early stages of her international career. The black and white portrait features Bellucci holding a cigarette, her gaze directed towards the camera. This photograph represents a pivotal moment, marking the ascent of one of Italy's most iconic actresses on the global stage. This image captures Michael "Eddie the Eagle" Edwards at the 1988 Winter Olympics in Calgary, Canada. Edwards, a British ski jumper, is seen mid-air against a backdrop of a massive crowd. Despite finishing last, his enthusiastic spirit and underdog story captivated audiences worldwide. He became a symbol of perseverance and the Olympic spirit. This photograph shows a telephone booth in Moscow, circa 1927, during the early Soviet era. The booth features a distinctive design with a large, overhead telephone apparatus. It stands on a street with advertisements visible in the background. This public telephone represents an early step in the development of communication infrastructure in the USSR. This image captures a unique spectacle from the 1950s in Florida. Queenie, an elephant, is seen water skiing, pulled by two women. The scene showcases an unusual form of entertainment at Sunshine Springs. Queenie's act reflects the era's fascination with novelty and exotic animal performances. Captured during a Pearl Jam concert in the early 1990s, the image shows frontman Eddie Vedder hanging from the venue's rafters. With a massive crowd below, Vedder is seen mid-air, suspended by a rope. This daring act epitomized the band's raw energy and cemented their reputation for pushing boundaries during live performances.